they can replicate that, then RunAway's as good as dead.
One map away from...
Still see smiles on Bumper's face. The team's not down and out yet.
X6 50-50, but that map that and this is of course in this tournament only, not for the year stats. And having that full hold, as you mentioned, against Bellamore, they did not lose a single member. It was a perfect game. Very rare in Overwatch. We don't even use the term very often because it just does not occur. Only see it really in like Overwatch World Cup mismatches. We saw in Shanghai. Very rarely see a deathless game. On the attack here, RunAway dive by RunAway. Stitch on the Tracer, Oxel on the Genji. Sober defense here, not the Junkrat coming out from X6.
Yep.
With Blister still on the bench, you can't really run the Junkrat as easily, so just looking for hacks here instead. To counter the dive.
Looking to maybe wrap around onto the backside. RunAway right now, just sitting in the side room. This mega pack.
This is how they executed point A on Blizzard World, just diving in together, all on the same page, all of the cooldowns on the same page.
Straight in onto Godspeed, not going to be finding the hit. Stitch and Oxel both going to be going low. Godspeed looking for another target. Oxel zapped to death. They come up though, they get rid of that Widowmaker, but can they get in onto the point and start gaining control? Janu over onto the other side, has that Orb of Harmony, trying to keep him up, trying to keep him in that mech. So far will be successful. BQB still spamming away, over halfway to that EMP. See if he's going to be able to get it. No Spike comes in from behind. Rhea going to get popped out. Both tanks are RunAway dangerously low. BQB follows up, gets rid of Bumper. Janu out of the mech, and now Stitch going to go down. RunAway. This first attack is just not working out. X6-Gaming going to be holding strong.
They fed an EMP to BQB, who he and Bebe are always on the same page. Discord Orbs always on the target that BQB wants, which is usually the tanks. He farms another one here. And Oxel only 75% of the Dragon Blade as he respawns here. Didn't get the charge he was looking for. But in the longer fight here, X6 will not simply be able to buy time unless the EMP is good, because the Blade will come out in the longer fight. EMP to open. That's
going to be Twilight going down Slime. Immediately executed there by Rhea, and Oxel, yeah, no dashes, no movement. He's going to die.
He just camps there.
RunAway is just in a rough spot, and even if he gets the Blade, again, Bebe, he's going to have that Transcendence ready to go.
A fair point, another challenge here for the Blade. And BQB just camps it, waits for the supports to walk by. He sneaks around undetected. Twilight's got his own Transcendence, so if they can bait the Transcendence out first, they can pull the Blade right afterwards. Janu just trying to get back in the mech here. Toxel's got that Blade, but hack here onto Stitch. He barely gets the recall off.
Yep. Pulse gonna go down. Stitch doesn't find anything, and now they're down. They are without one of their support
ultimates. Was used.
Slime getting ready to get that sound barrier available. Stitch going around the backside. Going hunting, but he just gets steamrolled. They take him down in an instant, and Oxel goes down just seconds before. RunAway.
X6 is so good at these defensive points.
Losing their DPSers in an instant. It's a minute and a half remaining. RunAway, not like this. Is this how they go out of the tournament?
It might be, and you know, this is such a cool defense. We've seen it already for X6 before. The only hero they have that has no mobility is the Zenyatta. Everything else can switch platforms, can avoid RunAway's classic dive where they look for one target, one kill. Very old school style. We saw them develop this in Season 2, but we're going to see X6 just avoid this dive. Stitch is going to try to match this now. He wants a burst kill, not from dive, but from a headshot.
Where'd everybody go? Godspeed straight up into his face, dropping down on the low ground. Pulse Bomb not going to find the hit. He recalls up to the top. Oxel drawing out that Blade, but he's got to use that deflection coming through. Gets the pop out onto one. Bebe there with that Transcendence. Keeps himself and the rest of the squad alive. Rhea going to be the only casualty. Janu got to get knocked out. Rhea, Bebe, and Roki both get taken out. There's no supports here. RunAway. Can they actually find the opening? 30 seconds remaining. Give them 4.5 minutes if they can get the cap. We'll see if X6 wants to go for any last-minute shenanigans.
I don't think they will.
Nearby.
BQB is probably just going to step on this, but they're going to let this go. EMP isn't going to be effective here. He'd rather hold it to prevent the double cap that RunAway was looking for. It hurts to do this, but sometimes you have to. Although Rhea does jump in here.
He's trying to delay. Now it's going to be the rest of the team moving forward here, but it's going to be Bebe taking down first and foremost. Transcendence coming down from Twilight, keeps him alive. Stitch, the one, putting the team on his back, taking down everybody. They get the cap, but it was a desperate move. RunAway.
And I think this was a mistake for X6. They used a lot for this. And it was very unlikely to be effective. The EMP being missing here means that RunAway with this first push could build a Blade. Not if Oxel dies first.
He gets taken down. That's going to be a decent time by here as Janu makes it back into the mech. RunAway not going to be able to get any sort of snowball. The members of X6 just respawning a bit too quickly for that.
Having to make the tough choice, X6, do we contest for the win and the finals, or do we back off and play it safe, hold the ultimates? They made the tough choice. It did not work. RunAway's chances bring us to a 4th game here. Higher now. RunAway moves around the left side here with the dive, tanks through the center, trying to cut through. BQB, look at his position, he just wants to farm EMP. Again and again and again, he's so good at it.
50% pulse into the back, and he gets a double kill! Bumper and Hoxall all going down, and Janu out of the mech. Godspeed shutting it down.
Time bank burning like dead leaves here for RunAway. Hoxall, 10% away from a blade. Godspeed's Doomfist switch here, somewhat puzzling. Don't know if that will be permanent. It is great at denying dive here, and they know that the CC it can provide can actually stop a heavy ult push coming through. They are tracking the ultimates of RunAway. They know this is, oh man, they're just gonna stop from even getting into the gate here.
Shut down on the Hoxall yet again, who just has not been having a very good series.
But they know that this Doomfist CC can stop dive in its tracks if it's used correctly. If it either hits the tanks or actually onto the Dragon-Bladed Genji, you can just shut everything down. The EMP can allow this to be very, very effective. RunAway is going to go through the center. High ground up here.
Dive coming in with the EMP straight in. Going to be out from BQB. Godspeed, though, gets taken down first and foremost. Now it's a sound barrier out from Slime as they try to push in onto the point. Transcendent's going to be ready to go from Twilight as well. Has to go ahead and pop that one up. RunAway still hold on to the Dragon Blade for now. Self-destruct in, not going to find any picks, but Rhea makes it back into the mech, and now Bebe is looking to escort them through. Transcendence comes through as Hoxall gets taken down. Twilight dead as well. 1 tick, all that RunAway has gotten so far, and it might be the end of it here, at least for this push. Self-destruct out, find any, doesn't catch anyone.
Roki's caught here. And BQB is just trying his damnedest to get that EMP build.
Jump in, Rhea gonna get taken out of that one. Bumper still somehow alive. Goes dangerously low. The spray down there from BQB will get the kill. In the meantime, Godspeed gets taken out by Slime. Seems like that's gonna be the peel back. Hack in onto Slime as he tries to retreat. Just keep moving forward here. Stitch his foot in onto the point for the moment, but overall, the retreat call has come through.
It's so terrifying to play against a Sombra who can build EMPs this quickly. He's building them almost as if it's the old Sombra where health packs give EMP charge. He's just constantly farming, constantly hitting the headshots, doing massive, massive amounts of damage. It's incredible to watch this Sombra in action. Slime is going to have this sound barrier. He doesn't have it yet. Very early EMP here, but they shut them out of the gate. RunAway wants to reset as soon as possible for one more push.
Godspeed jumping back there with a recall, tries to keep himself alive. Sword Orb helps take him low. In the meantime, no Smite will die. Both support ultimates available here for Slime and Twilight yet again. They got the 1 tick. They've moved up to about 50% here.
I feel very confident that BQB can build an EMP here in this fight if he lives. If RunAway can target him down and use his support ultimate skill on the point, I think they got a good shot of completing this. It's about whether BQB gets his EMP or not.
They can buy some time for sure here as Bebe does have that Transcendence ready to go. Twilight's going to use his. Bebe matching.
Yep, matching.
Everybody just charging forward here onto the staircase, but now it's going to be Hoxall dropping in the EMP. BQB, he gets focus fire down. Slime use the sound barrier. RunAway looking to take it here.
BQB's
with just 10 seconds left on the clock, but Twilight falls. The sound barrier not enough to keep him alive. Bebe traded back by Slime. The soul healer left onto the point, but Bumper is dead right before the Primal Rage comes through. Janu out of the mech, goes down that self-destruct, but BQB picks up the kill onto the Baby Diva, and RunAway are getting bled dry. Hoxall's dead. BQB bringing this one back from the brink, doesn't even need the EMP. We'll throw it in just to celebrate, because he's like, hey guys, we're 1.50% away from going into the grand finals.
BQB is insane on the Sombra. He came online when they had that match in week 5. They took the 3-0 against the Foxes in quarterfinals, and BQB is making it look like X6 is going to take a 6-0 in playoffs route to the finals, going undefeated. BQB's Sombra is just insane how much damage he can build. He's getting these kills, he's preventing remix from Janu. Hack's killing the tanks. He might as well be playing Tracer. He's a Tracer that's got EMP instead of a pulse bomb. With how quick he's building, he's building faster. What we're seeing Stitch build on the Tracer. His EMPs are out of control, and I have to give hype and credit to what we are watching right now as RunAway struggles to find advantages with their support ultimates, stacking them on top of each other a few times, heavily committing to these aggressive fights where they don't actually have follow-up damage. Hoxall had an amazing EMP, but there was no follow-up. There was so much time bought by Roki on the Mercy with the Valkyrie there. And
rough tidings.
Rough tidings here for, if you're a RunAway fan, they're going to have to sweep their way back now. They're going to have to play risky. In fact, they're even going to use the May boost here for Bumper. Not even going to take the more safe approach we've been seeing more recently on Anubis.
Well, Hoxall back over onto this Junkrat.
And I can really get behind that.
Yeah, it's something that's promising. We already saw it from him yesterday on Blizzard World. It was incredibly good.
Incredibly good.
Called him Jigsaw and everything.
Yeah, he's incredibly good on Blizzard World with it. He's been in general great on it on this map as well as on the map of Hollywood on Point A. This is why they picked this map. For Hoxall's great Genji dive, his Sombra play, and the Junkrat for defense. Godspeed will open on the Widow to get some information, but does make the switch now after scouting the Widow to the Genji.
We got Widow Stitch here behind the shield. And that first shot in on the nose spike, but Godspeed's gonna go down. That's the power of this Junkrat. And just shut out the Genji. Hoxall been falling short on his own Genji play here today. We'll see if he can continue to shut down Godspeed's.
They need this defense to be amazing. So far, so good.
I mean, full hold is what they're really looking for.
Godspeed 10% only with this push, burning about 30 seconds of time for free. And Stitch is going to swing between right side and left side based on positioning of the enemies here. Hang on the low ground here even to try to get an opening shot of those coming towards the center onto the control point. Hoxall saving ammo right now. Everyone's up onto the point.
Trying to spray down, gets a couple shots there on the Stitch. Rhea gonna get popped out of the mech. Hoxall buying some more time here, and will get Godspeed in the end. Stitch takes him down. Hoxall gets jumped on, drops down here onto the point itself. Stitch getting rid of the tanks, stripping them to bits. So far, a good start for RunAway. Stitch getting that headshot.
I'd say it's just exactly what they needed. They keep the Orisa up on the high ground. Godspeed's not even close to a Dragon Blade. BQB.
Ah, yes. He's getting ready for the cap.
He is.
He's looking to snowball this.
He's looking for the back door onto this Orisa point. He wants to get the sneaky hack onto the Orisa.
See the picture-in-picture. He's still seeing his way through, but Stitch is going to find Bebe. Shifts to the other side. Just like that, he'll be safe from the Sombra. BQB sitting still. This is delaying an EMP significantly.
They're going to maybe send the Sombra and just win. The dive comes through. That's when he's going to commit, and he could build an EMP in the fight.
Did they see him?
I don't know if they do.
Yeah, they should see him.
Translocator up. They don't see him. They don't notice.
That's going to be the outline, but they don't spot it. They don't actually really realize that he is back there. He gets the hack on the Bumper, but it seems like it's not going to be too much consequence. Translocator there on the bottom side as Jono chases in. Will kill him. Riptire through. Takes down Roki. RunAway.
That was
trying to bring this one home.
That was not as effective as they would have liked it to be. Doing a little bit of damage, obviously, to the Orisa, building up a little bit more of the EMP, but you gotta do damage to build the EMPs. You know, as much credit as I just gave him, he's not even able to get the Orisa off of the high ground with this play because X6 has gate kept so well by Hoxall's, left clicks. Now he, used the Riptire, so that's something missing here. When the EMP comes through, that's what they're really gonna have to be concerned about. It's almost a big 6 push coming through. It's taken them so long to build ultimates, but they're being so safe and careful about it. Godspeed with the flank. They don't want to dive onto this.
He's in the back as well. They'll go ahead, open up, looking for the Dragon Blade, looking for that EMP. Hoxall gonna die first. Slime not really in a spot. They're trying to bring it back in. Finally makes his way over there. Does pop him up. Dragon Blade comes in, but Stitch shuts it down. Godspeed, get out of here, he says. None of that nonsense. Res will come through from Roki, but it's still X6 suffering to get anything on this point.
Fighting tooth and nail, shutting down BQB. No EMP for this push. And RunAway is fighting life and death here for their spot in the finals, and it is working out.
Stitch going low, but not going down. The pocket comes through, and he melees that Genji to death. RunAway gonna be 4 ultimates strong to try to hold this out. 30 seconds remaining. X6, can they get the cap? They don't have any sound barrier. Roki's still at 0%. Bebe, though, has the Transcendence.
Yeah. Roki switches to the Lucio. Let's see if they can use the speed boost to get around. They do. They get around, but they're seen by this Impresight. And the EMP, it's not coming from a hidden angle. They see everything. They know all. There's no secrets here for Stitch.
Body shot there. On a Godspeed, headshot in on the nose fight. He's going to go low. Riptire out from Hoxall. Transcendence comes in just to push their way in. Stitch tries to kite his way back, but the Riptire gets payday as the Transcendence expires. RunAway looking to pull this one off. Into the high ground goes Snowspite, trying to stay alive. Self-destruct from Rhea, not going to get anything. And the members of the X6,
like
they are dropping like rocks. Snowspite, Roki, dead, God be gone. Rhea's out of the mech. Rhea is dead. RunAway looking to pull it off. OJ taking away. They're going to keep their hopes alive. The full hold here on Anubis. RunAway looking to start off this reverse sweep. Will not go down to 3-0. Will make this a series. The fans go wild.
All right, well, there we go. We've got ourselves a series, ladies and gentlemen. As the full hold commences, Hoxall carrying this team with his Junkrat, preventing anyone from approaching the point. We saw X6 desperate with the dive coming through. BQB trying to flank with that Sombra. We saw the Godspeed attempt there on the Genji as well. Couldn't build a blade, and when he finally did, he was instantly headshot by Stitch, who was watching him, tracking him, his every move. X6-Gaming tried to reinvent the wheel. They tried to play risky. They tried to play fancy around this point A defense for RunAway, trying to dive it, trying to find a hole in the defense, but it took them so long. They had ult disadvantages the entire time, and RunAway is able to get this full hold despite that long failed attack. And now we're going to game number 4, going to Escort, and it's going to be the map pick of X6-Gaming. If they want to bring Glister in, you would think that Junkertown would be the map pick. They would want to bring him in so they can run the Junkrat and the Widowmaker together, or the Genji and the Widowmaker together, because they cannot do that with Godspeed because he plays both heroes, which is insanely rare for the Genji player to also be long-range hit scan. I'm not going to name any Overwatch League names or anything like that, but you know, there has been some attempts of that have not gone so well. But
well,
look, I mean,
man, what a way for this series to turn around.
Appropriate. He did all of them. Shooting, hacking, and EMP.
And he even yelled it out. It's nicely done. He's got the hand ready to go. This guy's like, okay.
A little bit
hacking away.
EMP.
Throws it down.
Oh, it's not so bad. Who's next? That's when Sombra's in a bad mood. She's not very enthusiastic about her job.
I'm tired of this nonsense. Just hacks everybody.
All right.
He's in a bit of a disbelief here.
Can't believe my girlfriend makes me come watch these RunAway games.
Okay.
Oh, you did it.
He did it. He technically did it. He completed the assignment. That's about it.
Oh, that was efficiency in terms of speed. Girl behind him doesn't approve, but I do. I'll give him a thumbs up for that one. So if you want to run Junkertown, you have to sub in Glister. So risk there, but you know, if it works out, if you do find success with that, then you close out the series. If you lose, you go back to Control, which you already dominated in the beginning of the night, in the beginning of the series. If you want to avoid dealing with the plays of Hoxall on the Genji and you're frustrated with Stitch's Widow, you want to move into a map that's a little bit more Sombra focused, that plays to BQB's strengths, you want to go to Route 66. You can also use Dorado to some extent with this same sort of idea, but I think Route 66, best Sombra map. BQB is outplaying Hoxall every turn, and it's tough to use the Junkrat on Route 66 defense, whereas it can be used with the Risa setups on Dorado. So just trying to kind of put everything out on the table as to what maps they could pick. Junkertown, a map that Hoxall obviously is great at in terms of the defense there, and you have to put in your sub. So I'm leaning towards Route 66 for this pick just for BQB alone. Like, if we're putting the focus on BQB.
Let's find out. See if you're right. And you are. The prophecy continues. Good job, Wolf. Route 66 will be coming through.
Well, this is, I think, the map that plays into X6's strength the most. And the ability to use Sombra here and how well you can build EMP charge has a direct correlation in this meta currently on this patch to how successful you could be. In Korea, right? Not always in Overwatch League, well, this map's not currently in the pool, or in other Contenders regions where Sombra is not popular. But here in Korea, this is the Sombra map to end all maps. Sombra powerful at all stages of this map.
Yeah,
from start
doesn't really
to
get
finish.
weakened at any moment.
Widowmaker can be used at some stages. The Streets phase in particular is where Stitch and Godsby are going to have some duels potentially. But RunAway has struggled to keep their tanks alive against the EMPs coming through from BQB. His left click accuracy is not only good enough to build them quickly, but also to burst out. Janu and Bumper having a really tough time tonight against BQB. Not to mention Godsby has stepped it up on the Tracer as well as the Genji. So terrifying now for RunAway, but they pulled it off on Anubis. Can they bring us to a game 5? That's what we're about to find out.
They're gonna try. Need a victory here on Route 66. Just all the way back to control.
All right, here we go. Can they bring us to a 5th set? The fan favorites across the globe, not only here in Korea, but globally. The more successful team looking for their 3rd Korean final. They can almost taste it. It could be taken away from them right now. Will be attack first for X6. Sombra Tracer.
And Stitch here with the Widowmaker. Absolutely destroyed on Temple of Anubis. Is going to be looking for it yet again on Route 66. Cart getting ready to be pushed up around the first corner. Second poison trap connecting here for Stitch. Sees that they're going to be pushing through the channel. Moves over.
Once we get past point B, this is going to be a lot more effective. The Widow, he's not going to be able to hold this forever. As the cart gets closer, he's not going to have much he can do with this. He's going to be dove upon, as you can see here. Trying to flank, get some line of sight here. So far successful, actually. His X6 just hugs the cart.
Couple shots in, and he finds Godsby. Heard that he was coming around the backside, takes him down, and now Bebe as well going to fall.
So cart is taken away from X6. Stitch remains in control of line of sight, and Godsby will make the switch. He does not want to have to swing around this corner where line of sight advantage is given to Stitch. We'll have to try to poke around and challenge him now. As you can see, Janu's just constantly checking where is BQB, when's he coming through, where is he going to hack me from? That's why he's left clicking there just to reveal. Okay, and BQB still sneaks through.
For the hack there on the Bumper. Bumper trying to get out of there, but he just can't do it. The spray comes in.
Axel's got an EMP, but this is not where he's going to be able to get effective use of it.
The tanks are gone.
BQB
Needs
just
to wait
again,
this one out.
he's carrying this team on his back with the Sombra in terms of the tank fights. And even though they were checking so hard, Janu was spamming everywhere with his left clicks on the D, he just could not be seen. Sneaks around, gets the hack, gets the kill. Push continues, line of sight taken away from Stitch. He has infrasight
Dagon
advantage.
coming through there. Oxal's going to invest that EMP. A shot in from Godsby, but he's going to be low. Stitch takes him down in the end, and Bumper gets knocked out of that mech. Sound barrier up from X6-Gaming. Maybe just a waste. Self-destruct from Janu. Not going to find any picks, but he makes it back into the mech, and Bumper is just smacking him around. Gets Bebe, gets no smite.
Insanely inefficient by X6. They wasted everything for this. Godsby tried to challenge Stitch.
Now they're looking for more.
Against infrasight, he pulls the Widow out, tries to duel when the infrasight's already on him after he's already been tagged. They use the EMP and the sound barrier. Everything is wasted. They had such a large time bank they could have just eaten the EMP and the infrasight and set up for another push. Even the Valkyrie was used for a runaway. But X6 made this a poor trade. Sure, BQB builds the EMPs quickly, but they've again given complete control, line of sight over to Stitch. Godsby's going to struggle to get his head out here. Let's find one body shot.
Taking a blow. Angle through Big Earls there on the no smite. As Hawksalt is just 15% away from another EMP. If he can use that, deny no smite the primal rage. By so much time away. Twilight right now, feeling the pressure, uses that. Transcendence now on the flank. Godsby looking for more. Already takes down Stitch. EMP out from BQB. Looking to shut him down. Slime gonna fall. Twilight goes down. X6 will be getting this completion here on the point A. A couple more seconds strained away, but it's under a minute as they get ready to enter into the street space.
They dive forward, distracting RunAway and pulling the trigger of Godsby. Sorry, I keep flipping these Widows today. I'm getting too hyped. They pull the trigger of Stitch away, so Godsby's able to sneak around the backside flank there and get those kills. Opening this defense up, allowing the EMP to get built by BQB. Really cool flank, really well coordinated by X6. They're just going to hold this high ground here while the cart is slowly pushed. One member on it at the moment.
I like getting poked at. Oxall comes over the top, throws down that EMP, but he gets targeted out. Bebe finding the kill. The rest of RunAway looking to make up for that. Bumper will get punished. And it's X6 who are actually trading back here in their favor. Janu taken down. RunAway swept as they try to go for that play, and X6 will just keep charging forward.
RunAway just keeps committing to these heavy engages. Heavy-handedness is very difficult to pull off against a team that is so good at focus fire. Discord's coming through. BQB is 70% of another EMP. They burst everybody in who tries to collapse on them, and after Hawksall was dead, they should have saved ultimates and backed away. They did not. And now the push continues here, and they're gonna have an EMP for contest of point B. That's a massive lead right now that RunAway has. Line of sight advantage. RunAway trying to get out of this point. They're gate kept at the moment as X6 just continues to control this.
Still just gonna be holding that angle. Cart getting ready to roll through with 2 minutes left. EMP out from BQB. Bumper gonna go low. Can't use the primal rage. He gets taken down by No Smite, who leaps in and pops in himself. Stitch goes up over the top. Takes Godspeed's head off. Janu throwing down that self-destruct. Dueling Divas coming through, but it's gonna be Rhea that finds the kill. Slime gonna go down. As RunAway tries to gain some semblance of control, but with Twilight dead, no supports available. This might not happen. Janu's gonna get knocked out. Bumper can come back. He can use the primal rage if he feels it, if he deems it necessary, but it seems like he's just gonna have to hold on to that one now. We're up to 3 minutes on the clock for X6.
Slime used his ultimate as well, killed there by that self-destruct. X6 having complete control now. Stitch being dead means that they cannot use that advantage. They cannot get the Widow line of sight advantage as he has to come out of spawn, which means that right now Godspeed is just terrifying everyone. He's probably gonna prop the Zipper sight in just a second. There it is. So they have full vision advantage as they come around this corner. Normally the corner advantage goes to the defender, but now it's the attacker.
Jump in there onto Godspeed. Primal Rage out from Bumper, looking to take the fight to X6, but Focus Fire's coming through. He's still got that Discord Orb on him. EMP out from Hawksall, but they need the kills to follow. So far, it's just going to be a pop out onto Rhea. Buys him a little bit of time, but not necessarily going to be worth the EMP investment, considering that BQB has one available here in 3%.
When does he not tonight? He's just on top of this. Stitch looking for the backline supports, but they care for each other. Rhea prevented from remacking. Oh, BQB, he's going to be hacked down. He pocketed back up with that Orb of Harmony in by the Mercy, trying to keep them alive, and they managed to do so. Oh man,
Bumper goes down. Godspeed finding that shot, just sticking with the Widow, riding this one through even in to the garage. Self-destruct comes in, not going to be finding anything, but Janu makes it back into the mech.
Cart's still rolling, BQB survives, it's unbelievable. Oxo gets the pick onto Godspeed. BQB looking for the angle, but he does not have the rest of his team with him, doesn't want to commit the EMP just yet.
Shields his way back, No Smite goes low, but they will be able to top him up. So many ultimates available here for X6. Furthest one's gonna be the Primal Rage. RunAway desperately trying to hold them back. Stem the tide.
Flanking here.
The backside finds that stick, and that's gonna be Bebe going down crucially. Does not pop the Transcendence, the res is there. Good communication from X6, not panicking.
Not panicking, just making sure that they had this handled. Okay, Transcendence here first. BQB countered with the EMP.
There's that one down, now the hack coming in. Hawksall using his own, but Bumper's gonna die now. Hawksall goes down as well. X6 still, yet again, managing to trade up even with the hacked members. Twilight dies, Stitch goes down. Janu and Slime the only ones left alive, but Janu's gonna get popped out of that mech and taken down very swiftly thereafter. 40 seconds remaining. RunAway need a miracle to stop this push from getting the connection.
Even if you have the Transcendence here, if they have the better follow-up damage, it doesn't matter that you did not get killed while you were hacked. If you get killed right afterwards, BQB is not just an EMP machine like other Stormers. He's a DPS. He's doing massive, massive damage. He's bursting down the tanks. He is winning these fights with Godspeed, controlling the backline with this Widow, always having line of sight control. Stitch had to switch to the Tracer because they could not compete.
Bumper gonna go low. He goes ahead, throws down that Primal Rage. Self-destructs out from both sides, and Hawksall will die. Already so far away from a Dragon Blade. But that's gonna be a big pulse bomb. Stitch finds the pick. Roki goes down. No supports. It's just BQB to try to delay right now as we get ready to roll into overtime. They spot him out. It's gonna start ticking away. X6 trying to pile in as fast as they can. BQB throws down that EMP, but no one can tag it. RunAway, they hold it off right at the finish line. Now they just have to go ahead and get the completion onto Route 66 to force us into a 5th and final map.
Notice the tense atmosphere here in the booth. Everyone putting their hands off the keyboard, wiping the sweat off of their palms as they know that this is a push they have to complete to force that 5th game. And even if they do, they've already been defeated on control. RunAway fans praying and hoping here defense. This is their last chance. They have to push this all the way. They had a heroic defense there at the end. Stitch again clutches the pulse. He always comes up big for them when they need it. When they have all the disadvantages against them. X6 will be on the defense. And it's much easier for Godspeed to control line of sights now on the defense. As defenders, you have corner advantages. You have the ability to pre-hack health packs with Sombra, so you have the Sombra advantage, and you have the ability to predict tank movements because they're the ones who have to come to you using their mobility abilities. The leap for Winston, the boost for Diva. So terrifying gear for RunAway. They can pull it off if they can step up the mechanics again, if they can hit those pulses, if they can kill the supports in the back line. They've been shut down so many times tonight while trying to, but Stitch has kept them alive, has kept their chances and dreams of another finals and their first championship alive as we go into this final potential push. See what they can accomplish here.
Stitch is doing his damnedest. X6 trying to give him a belated birthday present, one that he doesn't want. Say, hey, take this loss. We don't have the receipt anymore, so you can't return it.
Rough. That's not what anyone wants for their belated birthday. Not what any RunAway fan wants to see. As we start this off, Godspeed will run the Tracer. More defensive style here. Not reliant, not all in with the Widow pick. Will dual Stitch. Stitch has been the big problem in the back line. And as Widow, you can't deal with it reliably, although he's had his moments. Godspeed will be able to better deal with Stitch now on the Tracer, and Tracer versus Tracer when the backline supports are under duress.
And now Godspeed poking around from the side. Getting jumped on. Snaps his way out of there.
He didn't use any blinks or recall. Just trying to harass Hoxall nonstop or Stitch when they come through.
Now Stitch just dashing straight into a couple headshots, forces him back as he goes low. Rockets in from Janu right now, gaining control over the first corner is RunAway. See how X6 try to take this one back. Stitch just spraying away. Has not been building up very rapidly for a pulse bomb. A lot of this damage is going to be denied.
BQB is
getting jumped down, so he has to stay back.
BQB not able to build a lot of EMP charge. In fact, Hoxall with a massive advantage right now in that regard.
Coalescence already going to be out there from Bebe. EMP comes through from Hoxall, and Godspeed goes down. Break there onto the mech. Rhea pop out, looking for a bit more. Jump over the side. BQB now going to have the EMP, but they kill him. Maybe we can just go ahead and see this one pushed in. RunAway looking for a very swift push, basically unhindered here onto A.
Godspeed just being really greedy, trying to find insta-kills, trying to find picks. When it failed, he had to use his recalls, had to use his blinks. Could not peel, could not allow BQB to get in position. They're going to go for one more contest.
Stick coming through, no spike, going to get cut down as he tries to push in. Rhea is here, does have that self-destruct available as Stitch gets jumped on, goes low, doesn't have a recall up, but he will get topped back up. Pumper falls, res available from Slime. Beacon into position, will be able to do so now, and that's going to be the completion here. RunAway making record time so far on Route 66.
Looking so great for them right now. Rhea holds the self-destruct because he was hacked, could not remech, which did not allow BQB to get back into position. Godspeed will make the switch to this Widowmaker, the Tracer pick. He wanted to get insta-kills, he wanted to frustrate RunAway, he wanted to prevent Stitch and Hoxall from getting in, but he failed. He will now try to take line of sight advantage in the middle phase, the quote-unquote streets phase here of Route 66 from A to B, where you have the most line of sight advantage as the defender. Hoxall, a mischievous translocator placement here.
BQB coming around the side, drops that one down, self-destruct out from Janu. Trying to get a pick to try to get back into the mech. Twilight here. Doesn't get hit, has that Transcendence ready to go, and Godspeed finds a pick up there on the Stitch, watches with the grapple, can't make it up onto the high ground. So not going to have as great of a line of sight as he would have liked to kill them on the exit, but they do gain control over the card here for now. Hoxall taken down for a delay, and Stitch swaps over to the Widow.
We know Bumper has Primal. I think he's going to be their main target. That's what they've been looking for in these fights. Prevented him from using it in that last fight, getting the kill on him there. We just want to continue to prevent him from being able to utilize this. Focusing him down means that BQB also builds faster EMP charge. They toss the discords onto Bumper every time he shows his face. He is the target. Knows Godspeed is even looking for the picks onto him here. Easier target. Does see Stitch for a moment. Looking for it here.
Can't find it. Goes
Bumper pick.
Janu instead. Bumper goes down. The rest comes in. Hoxall drops the EMP, but Godspeed finds the shot. There's going to be very limited follow-up here from the rest of RunAway as they try to get back in control. Primal Rage coming through, maybe trying to knock him off the side of the map. Gets a hit on the Roki, but he can just glide his way back in.
This isn't the end of the world for RunAway because of their time bank, but this was an ineffective usage of the Primal Rage for now. Valkyrie committed, but BQB's got EMP. This is not going to be the push to grab this point.
Yeah, now Janu knocked out of that mech. They trade one back there onto Rhea. He comes over the wall.
Valkyrie saves Twilight
looking
for now.
that. Twilight manages to stay alive for a bit longer, but does get taken down by BQB in the end. RunAway trying to push this one forward. Slime taking the body hit, but manages to stay alive. And
they do control this.
That shot there on the Janu. Another one on the bumpers as he has that Discord orb. Pocket not going to be enough. He'll go down. Close range, up close and personal here. Trying to out-trade Stitch. Shot comes in, makes him low.
Greedy play from Godspeed right now. They just want to get in position now.
Battle Widowmaker.
Yeah, he's way up at the front. But they have been successfully able to shut Bumper down multiple times. He's again the target here, finds his way into the front line. Oxal almost to the EMP for just some farm, blocked by the shield. We'll have it now. Hack though!
Another hit, yeah, and Oxal, Hack comes in, he goes down. Stitch gonna be right back up, but Bumper will fall. Godspeed is just single-handedly just about the follow-up is great from his team, but
Bumper,
if you looked at the kill feed, you would say he's single-handedly taking down everybody on RunAway and stopping their final hopes.
Bumper is having so much trouble, and they're going to actually switch Stitch again onto this Tracer because line of sight control is massively in Godspeed's favor. As you can see, he's up on the top of this saloon that's firing down the canyon. Vision advantage here. Looking for Tracer, sees that he's not flanked right now, so continues to fire.
Not getting into a position to use that EMP.
He knows he has no fear of Stitch because he can see him, he's watching him. And RunAway just has to wait until this expires. Further time is being wasted as BKB is about to be able to match another EMP from Oxal that was prevented last time. RunAway needs this push to be effective. They have the old advantage now and they need to use it.
Looking out the side, there's going to be Oxal finally using that EMP, but yet again, he goes down off the start. Rez is out from No Smite. Is going ahead and ruining everything that RunAway were trying to get. X6-Gaming, they have the lead, they have the kills, they have the ultimates ready to go, and RunAway are being held at bay.
Bumper surviving here using the Primal Rage, but it's ineffective, it's inefficient, and they are running out of time. So many ultimates used here. X6 has the lead. They didn't even need to use the EMP. It's looking like this semifinals might be over. Nothing left, nothing in the tank for RunAway. Such a tragedy here. They pushed it so far. They had a great play on Anubis. They've got one realistic chance that Oxal makes the dream switch here to the Genji, going back to his main hero here as they try their damnedest to force this one through.
Hasn't been delivering on this one. The EMP out from BQB. He gets chunked low. Follow-up, not going to be that significant here, but Janu's going to get knocked out of the mechs off the bat. No Smite falls low. He's alive, still has that Primal Rage. Stitch into the back, has to use the recall. RunAway, 20 seconds remaining. Have to get in onto the card. Godspeed shifting to the side, looking for the hits here on the bumper. Drops on the low ground, they spray him down. Oxal gonna die. Could this be it? RunAway getting shut out. Pulse bomb, not finding anything for Stitch, and X6 are looking to take it home. They need a tag and they need Stitch to make their way over onto the payload. There's 3 seconds remaining.
John's on it.
Makes his way in, but he just gets shredded down. This might just be it. He is dead. Godspeed shutting him down. Right click from Bebe, looking for the kill. Transcendence up from Twilight, trying to bring it home, but they still have so far left to go. They're getting pushed off. Stitch tries to bring it in, but just cannot do it. They need the tanks. They just can't get anybody there. Oxal's dead. Twilight goes down. RunAway. Not this time, it would seem. Another EMP from BQB shuts them down. Janu shredded out of the mechs. They try to make it to their 3rd Korean finals, but they cannot do it. X6 closes out the win in the end. 3-1. They shut down the hopes of RunAway. The fans here in the audience. X6 make their way into their first grand final.
What an unbelievable semifinals we had. We had a crazy playoff, the most upsets we have ever seen in our casting Overwatch careers here in Korea. RunAway defeated, O2 Ardian crushes Bellum. Element Mystic is out, upset after upset. An upset is the feeling for RunAway fans at home who will watch this team suffer tragedy again, this time at the hands of X6. They will not have their 3rd Korean final, their best shot of taking a title here. It will not happen as they will just fall short on Route 66 despite an incredible hold on Temple of Anubis. Misplays and misunderstandings of how to play, I think, the first 2 maps, picking Blizzard World after running strategies on it yesterday, choose them again on Control, countered by X6-Gaming's innovation. Flowervin may smile, but I don't think any RunAway fan else in the world is going to have that shape on their face. Everyone is going to be sad and dejected. As we saw, the 2 hopes, the 2 dream final players, Element Mystic and RunAway, defeated back-to-back, and X6 will have their first final.
A new feeling for X6, making it to a final for the first time, having the best season in their careers, in the history of this organization here with this roster. They've lost some members. We didn't even see Choi Hyobin fielded once today. Nope, nor Glister, and apparently it's not even really necessary. These guys find success. They get to be elated in the victory. RunAway, though, they don't look distraught because at the end of the day, this is a familiar feeling. They have fallen short at the end numerous times, and it happens yet again. Not going to be in the final for Season 1. They have to just go home, be upset about it, and focus and look forward to Season 2.
That's right. And, you know, Season 2 is a long ways away. Not even announced the start date yet. Yeah. So a lot of time to breathe and prepare as Roki's losing it here. He had such great sound barriers, especially on our first map of Lijiang Tower, shutting down Hoxall at every turn. Great Mercy play as well, surviving against Stitch's Widowmaker multiple times. We have to give Rhea credit as well, who played so well that Choi Hyobin was not subbed in, as you mentioned before, having some incredible care on the supports, allowing a lot of the time for us to see Bebe to blow up, get those kills on the Zenyatta. It's so difficult for the playstyle of RunAway, their scrappy style, to work when Rhea is carrying so well of everybody. Several self-destruct kills. And, you know, this is a sad moment, I think, for a lot of fans.
Yeah.
But I think for some, it's another symbol of the new era of Overwatch. No RunAway in the finals. Yeah, no Element Mystic, no fan favorite. It's the teams that showed up in playoffs that make it this time.
It's going to be two newer teams. X6, obviously long-standing organization in Overwatch, but with a newer roster. But we'll go ahead and dive into our MVP interview.
All right, MVP tonight
오늘의 MVP죠. X6의 리아 선수
Rhea.
모셨습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네, 소개 부탁드릴게요.
Hello, introduce yourself.
또 실감이 안 가는데 그래도 연습한 것만큼
I can't even believe this is real.
네, 축하드립니다. 3대0 압도적인 승리를
Congratulations.
4강에서 죄송합니다. 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 이렇게
She
4강에서
misspoke.
승리를 거두셨는데 지금 소감이 어떠신가요?
You've won in the semifinals. How do you
많이
feel?
걱정은 했는데 그래도 이제 팀원들끼리 같이
I was pretty worried,
잘할
but
거라고 믿으면서
we're actually
으쌰으쌰하는 기분이기로
we have supported each other, worked together,
올라간 것
and
같습니다.
we're really good. So
정말 진심으로 죄송합니다. 제가
just so happy right
아까
now.
이제 대본을
Family
미리
here
준비를
in the
했었는데
crowd.
그 뒤에 또 치열한 접전이 이어지면서 대본을 또
Hearts
이렇게 여러
coming
번
out.
바꾸다 보니까 그 실수가 있었던 것 같은데 진심으로 죄송합니다. 네, 1세트 리장 타워 맵에서 또 둠비스트랑
So on Lijiang
새로운
Tower,
조합을 꺼내셨는데 어떤 의도로 꺼낸
You guys
건가요?
actually were able to choose Doomfist and win the map. What was the thoughts behind that strategy?
상대 조합을 대회에서 봤기 때문에 따로 전략을
So
짜서
Godsby is really good at Doomfist, and we know that it was strong against the enemy composition.
맵을 꺼냈는데 사실 저번 경기에서도 한번 꺼냈기 때문에 충분히 예상은 할 수 있었을
So you might have actually been able to predict Blizzard World we picked by RunAway in the second set. How did you prepare for that?
일단 뭐 딜러 측면에서는 많이 안 딸릴 거라고 생각해서 조합은 일단 비슷하게 따라했고
We didn't actually think the DPSs would actually be able to be effective, and we thought our DPSs were going to be better on the map.
네, 또 X6에 합류하면서
So we played around that
선수
sort of play
분량이
style.
폭발적으로 상승했다는 평가가 되게 많았습니다. 이유가 뭐라고 생각하시나요? 스스로 생각하기에.
일단
So basically,
팀 자체가 가족
your
같은
play
분위기여서
was actually really great tonight. How did you improve?
잘할 수 있는 환경이 있어서 더 실력이
So our team is actually like a family,
네, 맞아요.
and
X6
you know,
대기실에서도 보면
it helped me, and I don't feel stressed out when I'm with them.
만들어진 게 아닌가 싶습니다. 또 이제 결승을 올라가게 되면 강팀들을
So
모두
you're going to the
물리친,
finals.
네, 반전의 역사를 새로선 O2 아디언트와 만나게
And you're
될
going to be
텐데요.
facing off
어떻게
against O2
생각하시나요?
Ardian. They just won, of course.
오투가
beat
올라올
strong
거라고는
teams.
생각은 하지 못해서
네.
제가
I actually would never been able to expect that O2 Ardian would make the finals.
올라온 팀이니까 더 열심히 준비해서
Well, they made it though. So we're going to have to prepare really well for them in the finals. And we want to show you guys some great matches.
경기력을 보여주면서 이길 수 있을 거라 생각합니다.
네.
And we just want to keep,
축하드리고요.
we want to win as we show you guys good
네, 리아
plays.
선수의 친필 사인이 그려진 오버워치 캐릭터
So we're going to give that Soldier 76 t-shirt away to one lucky fan in the audience. Who's it going to be?
Well, I have to see. Who is Rhea going to decide? Yo, go give it to your family. Give it to your pops.
All the RunAway fans have already left.
Oh, biased. biased t-shirt, but no, he's going to go ahead and move down here. See who goes to. Oh, this young boy right here. He's going to have to grow into that shirt probably, but he'll have it for many years to come. But
a
man,
great fan to give that one to.
What a day. O2 pulling off another upset, taking down Metabellum, and now X6 knocking RunAway out. They will advance into that final. May 12th is where all of Season 1 is going to culminate into that big matchup. A best of 7 between O2 Ardiant, Royal Roaders, and X6, long-standing organization in their first grand final ever.
It's going to be
you can't write these scripts, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a finals. I'm very excited. I do think that it will go the distance. I do think that O2 Ardiant's going to come prepared, and X6 looking so improved. BQB looking great. Rhea improving his play from day one. No longer just the crutch only used when Choyobin was not available. Now the master, now the diva that leads the charge. Choyobin not even subbed in this series. We saw fantastic play out of the supports as well. Roki, I think, really mitigated a lot of what Hoxel was able to do. Not only with the sound barriers against the EMPs, but also his ability to avoid Stitch on the Mercy when he was playing that. Flying around, avoiding, using Valkyrie very well, very difficult to kill.
I think it's time for RunAway to tighten up their play a little bit, because they've always had this very messy,
scrappy, messy,
this very messy play style. It's a bit like watching a cat fight. It's loud, it's messy, and it's probably why you're still awake right now, because everyone likes to watch RunAway. But I think it's time to just do something a bit cleaner, try to play more measuredly, and take it one step at a time.
I agree, like, they were all about strategy in Season 4, and we saw so much flexibility from them, but that was when Runner was able to coach them directly. Now that he's not here, he's only able to visit occasionally, cannot actually have the same direct coaching influence that he had before. It's so difficult for them to have success, but we'll be talking about that in Season 2, because we're not going to see them until then. O2 Ardiant and X6-Gaming, 2 p.m. Saturday, May 12th at Kintex.
Kintex 2.
Kintex 2, Hall B.
There's 2 Kintexes.
That's right. Come to, or sorry, Hall 8, excuse me, not Hall B. Go to Hall 8 in Kintex 2.
I also thought it said B.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just at the font there. But yeah, if you are in Korea, be sure to come down and watch it. Or if you're planning on coming here, get your tickets early. I don't know when those are going to go on sale. We might tweet about it when we find out.
Yeah, if we'll tweet out, try to get an English link out there for those who want to stop by if you're in Korea, or even if you just want to travel to Korea to watch the final. We'll do our damnedest to get that information to you, so keep your eyes glued on Twitter and whatnot. And I'm sure TIS Robin himself will post a link on the competitive subreddit, so you guys can watch out for those. But I mean, this is it. This is the end of the line, basically. We just got one more day ready to go, a couple weeks away for that grand final. You and I will be returning to Kintex.
That's right.
Another one. Season 4 of Apex.
No RunAway this time.
Same place, but without RunAway. But we do have a Royal Roader.
We have a Royal Roader.
So we're 50% there.
50% there, indeed. It's been a pretty emotional playoffs for me, to be honest with you, Achilios. I really enjoyed casting it with you, but we had so many upsets. My heart can only take so much, but it was just great. I do feel like this kind of playoffs is so rare in esports, to have dominant teams in regular season completely fail or get shut down by improvements that happen over such a short time. Normally, between regular season and playoffs, you have a whole week. We had like 2 days, and we saw massive disparities between regular season performances and playoffs, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this playoffs. One of my most memorable in esports history for me in casting.
It's been fantastic. Great way to kick things off here. Looking forward to the next 2 seasons that we're going to have throughout the year, as well as the final coming up. But like I said, you can't really write a script crazier than this one.
No, you really
RunAway,
can't.
Element Mystic, both getting knocked out. Absolute insanity from these squads. O2 Ardiant making in. Not even M. Night Shyamalan's watching this broadcast. He's like, God damn, this is better than everything I've ever made.
I'm sure he is.
He's watching.
I heard he's a big Overwatch fan.
But that's it from us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this entire season. The final on May 12th. O2 Ardiant going up against X6. We will see you then.